What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Today I want to talk about African American entrepreneur Daymond John, who I have the utmost respect for. Okay. Some of you may know him from the show Shark Tank, but those of us who grew up in the 90s, the best generation ever, know him for FUBU. And we know him because he was the guy that convinced LL Cool J to wear that FUBU For Us By Us shirt. And then I believe like in the 90s, the next Las Vegas trade show for clothes, they had $1 million in orders, and the rest was history. I used to wear the FUBU Platinum, the Dumb Donald, the FUBU Platinum Wallabies. I mean, I just really loved what he did for the culture, and I got to give him a round of applause for what he's done for African Americans as far as his skill set. I mean, he's an excellent entrepreneur. He's very talented. He's very smart. Love Daymond John. I'm a big fan. That's what he's done, and I'm pretty sure he watches some of the Manosphere stuff. I'm quite sure of that for a fact. But I'd like to talk about Daymond John in this tweet that was removed in regards to DMX's funeral. Now, the controversial Minister Louis Farakhan spoke and gave a speech. It was there at the Barclays Center, and we all know that if you let Louis Farakhan speak at a big event, he's going to kill it. Louis Farakhan is one of the greatest orators of our time. You know, if you can put him up there with like people like Malcolm X, as far as speaking, the minister, he got heat, right? Like, you know, Umar Johnson is a good orator. King, you know, Farakhan is up there as far as, you know, Reverend C.O. Franklin, guys who can just kill you in speech. You know, God gives to speakers that really transcend the moments, and he's talented at that. Khalid Muhammad was also the same way. So when the minister speaks, it makes you feel a certain type of way, especially amongst African Americans. And what Daymond John did, he posted, in my opinion, which was a harmless tweet. He posted that, you know, basically Farakhan gave a great speech. In fact, it was here. Day music. What a powerful speech from Minister Louis Farakhan for the hashtag DMX funeral. His deep understanding of the Bible and respect for other people's religions was truly inspiring. Hashtag RIP DMX. But what happened was people came and pointed out Farakhan's past history of anti-Semitism, which he has been accused of in the past. Ice Cube has also been accused of that. Ice Cube stands his ground more so than Daymond John, which is very interesting. Ice Cube is not really bothered by, you know, ever since he dealt with people like Jerry Heller and NWA, who's also Jewish. You know, Ice Cube is kind of threw his shots at that community, but Daymond John immediately deleted his tweet. Okay, and he says this: "Day music." In regards to my tweet regarding DMX's funeral, my comments on Minister Farakhan were only related to what I just witnessed tonight, unbeknownst to his prior stances. As someone who was fortunate enough to have a stepdad of Jewish faith, I do not condone and never would condone any anti-Semitic prejudice or any remarks of hatred. The prior tweet will be removed to avoid further pain and confusion to anyone who has felt hurt in the past by any negative comment of his. I think this is what we want to talk about, and we're kind of going to get messy. Daymond John, in my opinion, didn't make a mistake. Daymond John, however, despite having $300 million, and fearful of being linked to Minister Farakhan, wants to now, in a way, throw Farakhan under the bus after praising him. I find that to be weak. We know who runs hip hop. We know what certain allegations some people have done in hip hop. We don't have to get into it, but we know that the things that Farakhan points out in certain aspects. Now, if we want to get into name calling and stuff like that, now I'm not dealing with that. But if there's talking about groups of people who have made the African American community look negatives in certain lights from the industries that they own, then there's no denying that part. But when it comes to how they have made African Americans feel, it doesn't make any difference. See, the point is, when you have power and you have money, which is what the Jews have, and you can't deny that they're a very intelligent group, they have people to look at and say, hey, you need to understand that this person right here has said something against our people in the past. Doesn't matter if it was 40 years ago, 50 years ago. If you're associated with him, you got a price to pay. And for me, although Daymond John, who for me, I think his tweet is innocent, he understands the ramifications of that. And he knows that there is not enough money to defend Farakhan as it is doing what he's doing. I mean, he has a wife. I don't know if she's Jewish. She is white. I do know that much. So, but the thing about it is, the Jews, the European Jews rather, are gonna make you respect their power. They never let you forget if you mess with them. Doesn't matter if Farakhan has changed. And let's just be honest, Farakhan is not as fiery as he once was. He's older now, more mature now. But they have never forgotten. Black people, we forget all the time. Okay? And I think that, despite having $300 million, what they're saying is, if you're associated with this guy, there's a price to pay. Nick Cannon understood that. And this is why a lot of black men don't learn from the Jews how power works. You make people respect your people. That's the one thing I like about them, for sure. You make people respect your people. And that's what they do. They do it better than anybody else that I know. And Daymond John understands that. And that's why a harmless tweet in which I don't feel he was trying to make any negative connotation towards them or to make them look bad. He wasn't trying to do that. He wasn't throwing any shots at Jews or anything like that. But because of him saying Farakhan respects other religions, that's where he's at. And in other words, well, the black community ain't got my back. And, that's probably how he feels. He won't say it, but he did what he had to do to stay in business. And what black people have to start to do is to make people respect their power like other groups do. Other groups do the same thing. You see what the Asian community did on YouTube to YG? That you got to respect our people or else. This is why other groups are more successful than we are. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned to the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I am out. Oh, by the way, don't forget the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts, brothers. Peace.